Minting a 5-cent coin costs the central bank approximately 24 cents, which is 19 cents more than its face value. On an annual basis, the bank spends approximately 0.6 million to 0.7 million to issue between 12 to 14 million 5-cent coins in circulation.
Planning and Economic Affairs Minister Dr. Kennedy Swaraj Singh, responding to a matter on the adjournment in the Senate raised by Independent Senator Dr. Marlene Atz, who referenced an announcement by the central bank in February that while no decision has yet been made about the 5-cent coin, it is under consideration as a cost-saving initiative for Trinidad and Tobago.
Mr. President, monetary policy does not operate in abstraction. It operates in the everyday lives of citizens. It is reflected in the price of food, the cost of transport, and the change people receive at counters. A few cents here and there may seem insignificant, but over time, these small amounts accumulate, placing a growing burden on those who can least afford it. Mr. President, in matters such as these, policy clarity is not optional, it is a necessity.
Minister Swaraj Singh reflected on the position of the central bank that the 5-cent coin no longer holds independent purchasing power.
For small businesses particularly micro retailers and vendors that continue to transact largely in cash, the removal of the 5-cent coin is unlikely to disrupt pricing or sale activity. In practice, many retail transactions are already rounded informally, and pricing structures are typically set as multiples of higher value denominations. For low-income consumers, the demonetization is not expected to erode purchasing power.
However, Minister Swaraj Singh sought to make one thing clear.
Mr. President, the matter of demonetization of the 5-cent coin is currently before Cabinet. There has been no policy decision by government on the advice of the central bank, and there are no plans by this government or the central bank to demonetize any other coin. If government were to approve the central bank's recommendation, Trinidad and Tobago's future coin suite will therefore consist of 10 cents and 25-cent pieces.
And the Planning and Economic Affairs Minister responded to the independent senator's call for clarity on another monetary policy matter.
Mr. President, the National Emblems of Trinidad and Tobago Regulation Amendment Act was recently amended to facilitate the national adoption of a new coat of arms. This requires all currency notes bearing the current design to be withdrawn from legal tender by 2031.
Minister Swaraj Singh told the Senate that the central bank recently advised of a rollout of a new $100 denomination note in August of this year, 2026. Jules Brown, TV6 News.